glowed up on my gunshot.
Urban Culture TV, PQRadio1.com. I am excited for this show that I'm doing right now on this episode. Like, I am really excited. I got a walk-in motivation. I have somebody that's real spiritual. Fashion is incredible.
Oh, goodness.
And all that good things. I mean, I could go on, but this is like, one of my favorites right now.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Stylez of Porscha is in the building. Hey. Y'all can clap it up or whatever like that. Clap it up,
Oh, God.
What's going on?
What's up?
I'm good. I'm excited. You here?
I'm excited to be here.
And you was coming from where? You gotta let people know where you was coming from. For me, seriously.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was coming from LA, but I had to, I know I had to be here at a certain date. So I went from LA, then I went to Atlanta, did my work in Atlanta, and then I brought myself back home to my hometown to sit down with this guy.
Yeah. Sit down with me. I feel real special. That's crazy that I actually I had people come from different places, but all the way from the West Coast was just like, that's dope. Because I got somebody come from Georgia too, but this is West Coast, this is big. LA?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Real dope.
I mean, the mileage, the either a train or a plane or a car, I feel like if it's the move, it's the move, because you'll feel it. It don't matter how many followers you got. You can have 100,000, 1,000,000. You can have 200. If I feel like the value was there for me to sit down and spend my time with you, I'm doing it. Yeah, and no matter what.
People know that you are a celebrity stylist.
Yes.
And
hairstylist. Yeah,
hairstylist. Yeah. And tell them who you styled before, and who you working with, your clients, your clientele.
Right now, actually, I'm gonna kind of run backwards. Right now, I'm actually working on a couple of projects. I stepped out on faith and wanted to pick up a couple other things that I'm actually good at that no one knows that I'm good at. And that's creative directing, putting things together, vision, a visionary, things that, long time ago, this is years ago, I was in plays and stuff, and small little teeny shoots of commercials. My mother had us in Ecclesia theaters. And it was a Christian-based theater for people that had mad talent that we did, but all we did was plays that had things to do with the underworld or spiritual based or demons and angels, but they look real. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my background comes from as far as creative directing. Because some people oh well, where'd that even come from? We never even knew and stuff like that. But people that knows me, Porscha, not Stylez of Porscha, from my family to my friends, from people that have been with me for years at a time. I mean, we go back from being on the school bus or being on the SEPTA bus, and they used to be Porscha, okay, so say this or act like this, or okay, well, why don't you act like you're saying, or why don't you give me a paragraph of you being someone, and I'll just think of something on top of my dome, and we just be acting on the bus or acting on the train. So now, me being around it, for the time that I spent with different artists, I love it and I want to get back into it. And so I just took a turn to put my feet and plant my feet and do what else it is that I love other than just doing hair. Right,
because I see that you be doing more than just hair, and that's what it's about. It's about different things. And you discussing the school or whatever, so your background is church.
My background is church. My background is church. My father is a preacher. He's a minister. My grandfather is pastor, late pastor. He's not pastor anymore. He's not here anymore, but he still has his church. Shalom Baptist Church, where I grew up at. I got baptized when I was probably 7 or 8 at Second Mount Zion Baptist Church. That's Reverend Pastor Moore. That's down West Philly. And then when my parents got married and stuff, when I was 4, I went to Shalom Baptist Church where my grandfather led and was pastor. And then I went to West Atlantic Church of God for church. I went to school there too. And then I went to Abraham Lincoln, and then I graduated at King High School.
So have you ever lived down uptown?
Yes, I'm from Mount Airy.
Okay,
from
yeah, because
Uptown.
I'm from
I am.
Uptown too. So Uptown, that's my hood forever. Germantown, West Oak Lane, all that. I went to Germantown. I'm mad that they shut it down, but it's all good though. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah.
everything that came full circle for you, right? That's
Yes.
all faith. So you big on faith. You got to be big on faith. You got that
I am.
background.
No, I am big on faith, and big on faith in like a different aspect. I didn't really use the word faith as much when I was a teenager and like a young adult, but to know the definition of faith now, that's what I always had. Like, no one can tell me no. Like, if I really feel like I'm going to be there, there's nothing that can tell me that I'm not supposed to be standing in that room, or I'm not supposed to have that particular job, or I'm not supposed to be at that particular place. If I feel it in my heart and in my stomach, and you tell me no, I'm going to try again. And you tell me no again, I'm going to try again. And you tell me no again, I'm going to do it again, because eventually you're going to get tired of me.
She is so motivating. You got to write a book.
No, it's coming. That's coming.
Like, I'm throwing that on there. Like, I'm throwing all this work on there. Like, yeah, you got to do this,
Let
you
it
got to do that.
manifest. Yes. Let it
Yeah.
manifest. Yes.
I know that's right.
You better speak that.
Yeah, you speaking of existence.
Yes.
And now, like I said, and then I like this. It was this one clip that you had on Instagram, and it's like, you swim good. I don't know how to swim. So you like, you had the little meshes thing going on or whatever like that, and you just dived into the ocean or whatever.
Oh gosh, yes. My biggest moments is when I do things in water. My biggest moments. I've never told no one this particular story, but it always had to do with like water. And I was in the 7th or 8th grade, and I always played with the boys, even though my father told me not to. I was just, I don't know, just something that, the guys claim to, and I claim to them, and we brum ball and we just do whatever, we do whatever. We just be chilling. And so I would hide that I was around all them guys, because I had one guy brother, but he got a bunch of friends, so I would be with him. So one day, his mother and my father both said, don't get in the water. And so we went camping, and we was there for like a few hours at a time, and we got really, really, really hot. And I had, at the time, I wore boxers and like briefs and stuff, and like wife beaters and sports bras and stuff. So we all took all our clothes off and just left our underwear on and stuff. And I'm like, that's right, I'm ready to get in the water. So the creek was like, it was dark. I'm not gonna lie, it was dark. But it looked nice and settled, and it looked beautiful. So at the time, though, I'm the only girl and a whole bunch of guys. But I know how to swim, so I'm not scared. But no one wanted to get in. But I knew that if I did it first, I knew that all the guys would get in. So I'm like, man, y'all tripping. So I'm like, I'm getting on it. But it's this log that's really wide. Okay, I need y'all to pay attention, because the log is pretty wide. And I started to climb on the log until I felt something. And it was that feeling like I need to go back. But the water looked calm, and I know how to swim. But that thing, that how that subconscious will speak to you.
Right.
You can hear it, but your consciousness is on something else. So I'm like, man, I gotta get in this, because if I don't get in, they're gonna think I'm scared, and I'm not scared. So, me being me, I jumped down, and when I jumped down, I'm trying to tell you, whatever was in that water, it was coming for me. No, I'm serious. This is about to get deep. It was coming for me. I felt it, and when my feet went down, I said, whoa. I said, okay. At that point, I was like, I don't even care if they think I'm scared. I need to get my ass back up on there. So I put my leg up, but I'm so short, and the log is big. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So no way my leg is getting over this log. And once I knew my leg couldn't get down on the log, I just let go. And when I let go, the water underneath, it was a current, and it sucked me under like a toilet. And I felt it suck me under, and like the force of like, the force of wind is like wind. If you see a tree getting knocked down and getting blown down the street with the wind, that same wind power is under the water doing the same exact thing, but it's going in like a funnel. So I felt me like, you tread water like this, but the wind was so strong that I couldn't even grab my fingers to like grab control to control myself. And then it was so deep under the water. So I know it was deep because my ears started to pop. And I was just like, I was just in my head, I'm like, God, please get me out of this. I got to get back up. I got to get back up. And I remember me coming up a certain way, but when I came up, I'm trying to say the wind was like, it was beating at me. So like it made me gasp by accident, and the water got in my lungs. And when I came up, the guys was staring at me. And for real, it was Ronald and Rashad. They were the closest to me. And this is why I have a lot of experiences in certain things, because I'm going to tell you why. Ronald and Rashad was the closest to me. But if I would have died, people would have thought that they would have they just watched me die. But they was really scared because they was frozen. Like they didn't even want to even budge. And I'm looking at them and I'm trying to scream, but I can't scream because the water is blocking my airways, so it's coming out really, really ridiculous, like it's coming out really stupid. So at that point, I seen my god brother up on like the cliff, up on a mountain, and Sean, he's like a lifeguard. He's a lifeguard. But I heard him say, "Don't Porscha know how to swim?" And my god brother said, "Yeah, she know how to swim." And I hear these conversations, but I can't say anything. And I'm like, God, please, like, I need your help. I need your help. And yo, like, the moment when I thought that they were going to come and get me, is something happened under the water again, and it spammed me the other way. And when they spammed me the other way, it sucked me back under. But this time, I'm under. Like, to my head, feel like it was about to bust. Because the pressure, you know what I'm saying? Pressure, like, the pressure. Yeah, and my ears started just doing crazy stuff. And all I heard was like like that. And I looked up, and I didn't even look up because I can't see anything. But at the time, I'm trying to hold my head because I felt the rock, like I hit something. I'm just trying to hold my head because if I do live, I can be okay with my head. Like, I can be okay. I can function. And I said, God, please help me, Lord. Please, God, please help me, Father God. Please help me. And when I said, help me, I seen me like as a baby. I seen my mom. I seen my father. I seen me playing at school. I seen just certain stuff. I just seen flashes of certain stuff, like just certain things. And I was like, I cannot give up. I'm not giving up. I got to get out of this. And I start like slowly feeling my head. Like my head started to, like, the pressure started to come up off my brain. And I opened my eyes finally. Y'all gonna think this is bullshit, but it's not. I literally seen a light that I couldn't even look in all the way. Like, it was a light. And something inside of me said, follow that light. And I followed this particular light, and that light got me to the top. And when I got to the top, I blindly seen a blur from the water in my eyes, but I seen my two friends jump from the cliff into the lake with me. And his pants, and it was just crazy. His sneakers came off because of the pressure of the water, and they finally saved me. And when I held on to one of them, I couldn't, you know, people were draining by holding on and panicking. I've never done that, and I never knew how that felt. I was pulling him down with me, and he like did some type of like choke thing in the back of my neck that made me like kind of like relax, and then they pulled me out of the water. And I ruined everybody's day.
Damn. You want to ruin my day because I'm glad that you okay. Like, I would have been out there like, yo, God. She got to survive or something. Yeah. That's deep. That's real deep.
Yeah, so.
Oh, my God.
I had my most, like I said, my most crazy experiences in water.
Wow.
So I don't know why that is. It just always been that way up into my dreams and my visions and everything else that come along with it.
And it always has something to do with water.
Mm-hmm. Always.
So are you a water sign?
I'm an air sign.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm air.
That's super deep.
Yeah, but I do love water. Stop looking at me like that.
Cause like, I mean, like, just the whole scenario and all that, I just can't even imagine that. I know I would have panicked because, you know, like, I don't play with water. Yeah. Only when I'm in the shower. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's crazy.
I know. I got plenty of stories, but you know, that's gonna take too much time.
Oh yeah, you already know, but that was good. So Tiana Taylor. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that situation.
Oh, she's lovely. She's a great artist to work with. I love her work ethic. is something that pulled me. And I'm thinking I'm a workaholic, and people tell me all the time, I got Porscha, when do you find the time for yourself? When do you da-da-da? And I'm like, I find time when I can, But then when I start going on the road, and I start seeing it, and I'm like, damn, I'm not doing enough. Like, seriously.
Yeah, like that.
No, for real. Like, I thought that I covered every second of my day with doing something productive so I go to sleep. Excuse me. And that's not the case. And when I seen that, I really wanted to turn it up. I did. I wanted to turn it up. The different tasks that I was given, certain things that I've learned, just being around the people, in the industry. And it's a different world, and it's something that you would want to get familiar with if you're going to be walking in that, that path.
So like, she was the first person that got you in the door?
I wouldn't say in the door. I call it levels.
Okay.
Because I've done people, they got like A and B, C,
right.
D, and E, F, and but I don't want to get too personal who that,
Yeah. Right.
Because it's like no shade, everyone starts like here, like even myself, I'm still trying to climb to the top, you know what I mean? But, people from reality shows and rappers and singers and stuff like that, until I started going up. And then I started meeting people that's like, like the status. You know what I mean? It's levels.
So that's levels. Like, all right, speaking on that, like, that's what made you, like, I mean, I really didn't find the full story about, because you packed up your shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was that the transition of the new beginnings to move out there?
No. Actually, the last time that I was at the water that y'all saw and I was swimming inside of it, I wasn't supposed to be there when I was there. I knew that when I came back from being at that island, that I knew that I was going to be moving by myself. I had broke away from my ex-boyfriend. We had a wonderful relationship, but I felt like, I know when seasons change. A lot of people don't know when seasons change. And it may seem real cold-hearted, but it's not me being cold-hearted. It's just me basically having the courage to do certain things and having the wisdom to know the difference. You know what I'm saying? And just accepting things for what they is and what they are, and knowing really, really where you're at and what place you lie in that person's life, and knowing when it's time to go and when it's time to stay. And that's when I knew. So I knew when I came back home from the island, I'll be moving by myself. And that was a new journey for me. When I was out on the island, I just had to have the island part behind where we were staying in, literally, like in like feet, like 20 feet. I was out there and I'm like, why is this water pulling me out there? Because it looks scary. You know what I'm saying? It looks scary, but why is it pulling me? When someone's pulling me, I can be pulled to a person, like I said, or a place or a thing, a number, anything. Like it's a pulling you feel. And the next day I thought about going out there again. I said, what is this pulling me into this water? And I was like, you know what? And I thought about it. I said, if I go home and never get in this water, I'm not going to like that, and it's going to eat me up. And I said, well, whatever's in this water is for me, so let me figure it out. And so I love spiritual cleansing. I love getting myself together. I love balancing myself out, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I know when I'm tripping, I know I'm doing too much of something that I need to stop. I'm real with myself. It's called accountability, right? It's not used to doing that. I take constructive criticism or criticizing themselves or knowing flaws about themselves so they can fix whatever it is you're trying to do. So at the time, I was like, okay, purification. I know purification is water. I know cleansing is salt. I know salt water. I know I'm here. This is a clean island. I want some spiritual healing, some spiritual cleansing. And then a small voice said, whatever it is that you want from here on out, you ask me, and you be specific with your words. And it said to me 1,000 times, just ask. Like, it was like a new thing. I said, well, this is new. Like, I get to ask for, like, for real, because I did this beforehand years ago, and it worked. And I said, okay, well, this time he wanted me to come out in it, because before I was just standing at the seashore, like, just there. But this time I had to go in it. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. I want to do this because whatever it is he's saying that I'm going to ask for, he's really telling me I can have this. I can feel it. So I said, I'm doing this. So I told the videographer the next morning, I told her like maybe 8 in the morning, I said, yes. I said, so listen, right? I said, I want to wake her up. I said, listen, we're going to go inside the water. And then she was like, is that what you want to do, boss? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. So then I'm like, she's like, you sure? I said, no, I'm positive. And then she was like, okay. She said, all right, we're going to do this. she never told me that. See, oh God, that's why I love God. So because she never told me like she was gonna get in the water with me. Not to say that was gonna make it any better of my fear, you know what I'm saying? But when I went out there, she never told me that the camera was gonna be under the water with me, and she never told me she was gonna be in it with me and go with me every step of the way, right? Now it just reminded me. I think it was Simon Peter when he helped them carry the cross to the to the crucifixion. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah,
like you don't never know where God gonna send you a little help. You know what I mean? Little assistance.
Yeah.
So I go out there and I was like, oh God, and it's this old couple was talking about the water while they don't even know what I'm doing though. But see, this is how the enemy works. This is how the enemy play on your conscience. I'm minding my business, they're minding their business. Your ears can hear, you can't help but to listen. They said, oh my God, it's such a big swordfish in there. I'm like, that's huge, right? It's huge. And I was like, a huge swordfish. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, oh, I can't even pay attention to that. I can't even pay attention to what she just said. I had to really silence that out because the devil did not want me to request what I wanted. Because what I knew I wanted, I knew I was going to get. I'm serious. And this is not even no power trip, and this is not, I understand the power that I have. I understand what God possessed. I know what God put inside of me. I know that it's there. I know that it's real. Anything that I've asked, I've gotten. Everything that I've asked that I've gotten, when I got it, I was obedient. That's the difference. And I remember when I asked of stuff and I wasn't obedient. I remember when I did things my way or tried to rush something that had nothing to do with God. I just wanted to take it into my own hands, and I watched how that played out. Yeah. So at the time, I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing this. I understand what I hold, and let me do this. And I asked him, and I said, I'm doing this swordfish or no swordfish. Period.
I'm right with you.
Yeah, because whatever thing is about to bite me in that joint, God is going to make sure I'm cool.
Your mind is already made
you
up.
You feel
already.
me? So I went out there, and when I went out there, I started swimming. And when I started swimming, I started praying. I'm like, oh God, you gotta view me through this, cause I got to get through this. I don't want to have ass it. I want to go full throttle. Yeah. And as I'm swimming, I feel something behind me, but she never said, like I said, she was getting inside the water with me. She wound up getting in the water with me, and I turned around and I looked. I was like, oh shoot, the camera. Then I was like, okay. Then I was like swimming. I was like, okay. I was like, don't feel that bad for some reason. She ain't gonna save me. But I don't know. That little assistance, that little company, it was just, I don't know. It just made me feel all right. But like I said, I didn't know that God was gonna send me some assistance.
You wasn't expecting that.
Like,
if you was expecting that, probably would have turned out different. But you wasn't really.
No. Yeah, right.
That's
he
what
said,
I be
trust
doing.
me.
Yeah.
He said, trust me. I don't want to show you that she gonna be with you while you in the water.
Right.
I want you to trust me. And that's what I did. And like I tell you, when I came back home, I was a brand new person. Things changed. I knew what I wanted. I said, I'm gonna come home. I'm doing weight training. Y'all know about the weight training. Y'all saw it. I went ham. Like I'm talking about making thousands of dollars off of my idea that I requested when I was standing on that joint inside the water, asking God what I wanted, telling him what I wanted, telling him what I needed. I never even told him what I wanted. I just told him what I needed. It wasn't money. It wasn't houses. It wasn't cars. It wasn't clothes. It wasn't none of that. I asked him for wisdom. I asked him for understanding. I asked him for, I didn't ask him for patience, because that's what I didn't ask for. But I just knew that I had to work on it. I would get careful with my words. You know what I'm saying? But I asked him for mental strength. And I did ask him for peace and joy. And I was cool after that. And he just gave it to me double. Seriously. And then a year later, stepped it up a notch. He said to me, Porscha, if you stay in Philadelphia, you are not going to move any further than what you're doing.
That's deep. I really agree with that.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, it is. You're not going to expand if you in Philly.
No, like, Philadelphia, I don't even want people's minds to get so much in a box. I want you to expand your minds, because it wasn't even Philadelphia. It was the point that God blesses you with certain things, and then he gives them to you, right? Because at that point, he finds you responsible enough for you to have these things, right? A lot of times, this is what happens. When somebody finally get their blessing, and they're reaping, and they harvesting, they sowing, they doing what they doing, eventually, a lot of times, people don't want to get rid of something, or people don't know when that season ends because they're trying to hold on to that precious prized possession. Okay, and so you get attached to it because that is your baby, and I say you groomed it. Okay, I know it's grown, but I like to say you groomed it. You groomed it. So at that time when that happens, you don't want to detach yourself, and you become fearful if you don't have that very thing. And so my drive to have the salon, I kept racing out of there every time I was in it. A couple things was happening. I had a couple strings and cords and lines attached to that salon into my business that no one knew about. Some people do, some people do not. People, Porscha, just keep the salon. You can just run it out. And I said, yeah. I said, but they don't understand what's happening. You never understand what's really happening in somebody's life, in somebody's world. Because in my spiritual world, I've seen cords that needed to be broken from that shop. Mm-hmm. Although my salon was doing really well. I mean, it's the number 4 in the country, United States. In Essence magazine. Essence, a magazine that had been sitting on my father's table since I was a child. I was in it. And it said that. And I had no idea. And I read it and I bought it. And I just couldn't believe it. So certain magazines that I'm in, certain things and establishments that I was able to conquer over a little bit of time, that was God's timing. Okay, he'll put you in the front. Mm-hmm. When you're in the back, if you're not qualified, he'll make you qualified. It don't matter.
Right.
It don't matter. It don't matter. When you say he examines our heart, he's serious. He examines that heart. He don't care about what you got. I'm serious. For real. This person can have all the credentials standing right next to me. But if it's for me, it's for me.
Absolutely. These conversations I have all the time with people, like, you just took me to church that quick. Like, so now I have to go Sunday. I just, sorry, I'm good,
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, like.
Listen. You understand that power, you ain't got no problems. You understand that power, you understand God's love. You understand his love.
Right.
His love. You understand that love?
Yeah,
listen.
It's love. It's like, I feel
if you're a man and you understand God's love, women, you are in trouble. Okay? If you are a woman and you understand God's love, men, you are in trouble. Okay?
I feel as though originally the world is built on love and forgiveness.
It is.
Period.
Yes, it is.
It's the only 2 things that we can really live by, which we ain't really living by. But
yes.
I already know. Like, I study all the time.
Seriously.
I study all the time, and I just live and listen. Mm-hmm. I don't talk too much. I just listen to what people got going on, research certain things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's just what I get into.
Right.
I'm all about just building my wisdom. That's it. So by you just saying all that, you just really hitting key things. I'm like, dang, yo, what you was in my brain?
Listen.
Like, it's crazy.
Bouncing off the same frequency, probably.
That's all it is. And you don't really have too much of that conversation out here with regular people. I don't even like talking to regular people for real. It's just a few people that I can really hold this tight conversation with and really pick their brain and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You super dope.
Oh, thank you so much.
You just got real deep. Like, it's just
thank you so much. Wait, really quick, for anybody that's out there does not understand what wisdom is in the Bible, and it's like the Bible names it as she, okay, but it's an energy that allows you. Also, I want y'all to understand that love and forgiveness, all those things that we name, they are all energy. It's a thing. It's a thing on the inside. It's a feeling, but wisdom is like the key to knowledge. Wisdom is the key that allows you to strip your emotions from your flesh. Okay? It allows you to break it down and to dig clearly and to see clearly and to use logic and not emotion, because emotion allows us to make a lot of horrible, horrible bad decisions. And that's what wisdom pretty much is. So
wisdom definitely going to be a key word that I'm going to put in the description. So let people know what you got going on and what's coming up.
Okay, so now what I have coming up is a lot of video directing. For a couple artists, I'm going to just bust out. I'm not going to tell y'all who it is. Okay. But I definitely want to. Oh, I'm about to say I definitely do want to Shout out Akbar V from Atlanta, Queen of Atlanta. At that, that's my prayer warrior. She is crazy. She is super personable, and her character is super huge. She got enough character to cover the whole room. And I love her because she loved God, and she's herself. And that's what I love most. A lot of our deepest, darkest enemy is not being yourself. And so that's why I love her so much. And I will always be there and to help her and to assist her in whatever it is that she's doing. Yep.
I like that. Celebrity, hairstylist, entrepreneur, women's advocate. Might as well throw that in there too. Women's advocate too. So you all that. I definitely appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Coming and chatting with me. We definitely gotta do part 2. Like, I'm even thinking about going to LA.
Right. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. But listen. All right.
My bad. And I'm going to be on TV, you guys. I'm not going to see. I want to tell you, I want to let y'all know every single thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, but no, y'all going to see a lot of dope stuff. Y'all are really going to see, you're not going to see, you're going to see hair stuff, but you're going to see a lot of other things. If y'all love the way I did here, if y'all love the way I spread the word, y'all gonna love what else I have to show you guys. I can promise you. God has something else in store, and I cannot wait till it's out and about, period.
And where they can find you at?
You can find me, Stylez of Porscha on IG, Porscha Weeks, Stylez of Porscha on Facebook. That's about it. You guys can get your waist trainers. Y'all know I like to keep the tummy tucked. Seriously. And I like to keep my hair laid. And so you can find those items on babshair.com, 215-924-1057. I am no longer in Philadelphia no more, but you can catch me in LA, you can catch me in Miami, Atlanta, New York. That's most of the places I be at. So, yep. You can catch me there.
Oh, wow. Y'all got the information,
Yep.
Like I said, we gotta do a part 2.
Absolutely.
We definitely gotta.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do some overtime.
Yes.
For real, I definitely appreciate you coming down here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and just spreading the love and the words and the wisdom. People need that. People need to hear that a whole lot, especially like coming from you. Like I said, walking motivation, especially out here for these women that's doing what you're doing and been in your shoes too, or haven't been in your shoes. You got something to speak on. So I'm just looking forward to everything that you got going on. Seriously, I am.
Thank you so much.
You definitely welcome.
Thank you.
This is Urban Culture TV, PQRadio1.com, and we out of here.
See ya.